Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Matthew playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Caitlin playing Fable of Frost, the Ace Genasi Phoenix Soul Sorcerer.
Oh, playing Uluru Dawnseeker, the Oath of Glory Paladin, the ASMR Oath of Glory Paladin. I swear, one day I'll get it right.
I'm Megan. I'm playing Sarai Landir, the Eladrin Glamour Bard.
And I'm Maz. I'll be playing Talroth Oakenblade, the Wood Elf Scout.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Sorry for a little bit of a late start. Real quick, we have a couple of announcements. I think Matthew's going to talk about Norse Foundry. Go for it, Matthew.
Hell yeah. Norse Foundry. We love them. You love them. You could love them a little bit more by purchasing some things off of their website using our code REPRPG. They make a bunch of wonderful things, whether it's dice accessories, pretty much anything you could ever ask for. We gave away a beautiful opal set like a week and a half ago. They do boxes, they do aluminum dice, they do gemstone dice, they do a bunch of shit. Buy it because it's great quality, and if you use our code REPRPG, that's REPRPG, you get 15% off of your entire order, which whenever you're buying dice for all of your friends and family, because you just can't get enough Norse Foundry dice, that's a great percentage off. So use your code.
I think
Tell
it
them that
included... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What?
I was going to say, I think it included shipping when I did my order.
Yes, it does. Yes,
So-
it does.
See,
What?
yeah, like just buy all of the Norse Foundry dice because they're amazing.
Yeah.
So go buy dice, use our code, tell them we sent you, and have fun having beautiful dice.
What are you waiting for? Go.
Exactly.
We're
You
not
have a
sure,
tab.
Saladoc. Go check. Let us know.
Listen, you can. Are yeehaw shipping?
Yeehaw
shipping?
Yeah.
That is officially. I'm going to our international customers and our yeehaw customers. That is change approved.
Good.
Because you're
Good.
not wrong, and Yep.
Okay,
I'm
and
upset.
coming up this week on Wednesday, we do have more Through the Breach. It is turning out to be a great game, very different system, flipping
We're
cards.
gonna make brunch.
Yeah, apparently you guys are gonna have to make brunch, so we'll see how that goes. And then on Thursday night, Meg, what do we got this week?
On Thursday, it's another episode of The Archives, where myself and Eric, who plays Sirach, we recap everything that happened on tonight's episode of Disasters in Danger. Sometimes we have fun guests that stop by. Eric gives them therapy, and I give them the Leslie Stahl. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Well,
Thank God Eric wasn't there when Fable was there, because Fable is not ready to have the therapy conversation. And also, fun fact, because the internet was freaking out, none of you know her secrets. None of you could hear them. Megan knows them, and she only knows some of them.
No, they could
So,
hear. They just couldn't see us.
Damn it. Either way.
Secrets are secret. All right, guys, let's get into tonight's adventure, shall we? Our adventure takes place in the lands of Lichtdracht. They are the lands of dragons, lands of myth and legend. Our heroes have since ventured beyond the civilized eastern portion of Lichtdracht into the west, where the dragons have been exiled to. And they are currently working their way through the the last resting place of the Black King, as they had discovered a couple of sessions ago, an exiled dwarven lord who seems to have set up quite the home for himself amidst dwarves and giants, and they had ventured through a number of additional chambers, and seemingly, when last we left them, just descended down a large spiral staircase into the heart, the central chamber, or the throne chamber, one might say, of this portion of the Black King's tomb. Sorry, brain started working overtime there.
It happened.
You guys are down in this room. It is a massive gigante room. Big room, right? And as you are looking around, you've descended down one of the support columns. They are nigh on small rooms in and of themselves. That is the type of chamber that you are in. And as you look to the north and to the south, east and west, this hall stretches out an expanse in nearly every direction. You can see just at the edge of your dark vision, each of you that have dark vision. Anybody not? I believe the Genasi doesn't. So,
Hold my hand if I cannot be light.
okay. So down here, just at the edge of the, you can see another set of columns, about every 60. What would you guys? Your caravan team is behind you, upstairs after you guys had solved a puzzle I was pretty pleased with last week. I thought it was kind of fun. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'll turn to the group and be like, would you like me to light it up a bit?
No, I've got Fable. Maybe it's best we not let anything. She's whispering, by the way. Let anything know that we're down here until we have to.
Okay.
That is literally why Fable has not just done light herself, because she's got her own shit.
I would tend to agree. Talroth, do you want to sneak on up a little bit? I can kind of be an in between you and the group. We can sneak up a little bit, see what we can see.
Yeah, this room is just a little too clean and quiet.
I would have to agree.
Then I'll kind of like step out in front and kind of just have divine sense ready, kind of like trying to ping out and see if there's anything amiss as we're going through the hall.
Okay, you have it at the ready. Do remember while Dawnbringer does alert you if something of important power and name it comes within 60 feet of you, it is limited. You still have to use the ability.
Yeah, I know. I'm planning on using my divine sense charges in this case.
Yep, just making sure I'm on the same place as what you seem to be saying.
Yeah. Like I'll go out 60 feet, like I'll ping it once, I'll go out 60 feet and then I'll like ping it again and just kind of trying to get a idea of if there's anything that comes up ahead of us.
Yeah, how many uses do you have of divine sense?
I have 6 uses of divine sense.
Okay, awesome. Cool. So you should be good. I think did you use it once? I think you might have used it once today.
I haven't used it all today. At least because I don't think I used. No, remember I chucked the lighted rock down the hallway, and that was me checking last time.
You used it before that. Before you guys
did?
Yeah, you used it once. You used it before you went into the quarry, I believe.
Okay.
When you were still on top, before you guys had made it across.
Yeah.
And seen the.
So I've got 5 left.
5 left. Yeah. Perfect. So you guys are at this column. Talroth beginning to scout ahead. Talroth, probably not just Talroth, but to much to each of your disconcertion, you seem to be relatively in the center of a room. There's no guiding wall necessarily where you guys are at. So we're just going to go with cardinal directions for the moment. North, south, east, or west?
I'm inclined to say east because Mary Poppins told me to. Winds in the east.
Which direction cardinally is the forge?
You guys are traveling west, cardinally.
Okay. So, do you guys think west might be the best
I mean,
direction?
It's all one room, right? How about Talroth? Do you want to go north and I can go west a little bit, and we can kind of spread out a tiny bit, but not too far?
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound too bad at all. Anybody see the wall?
No.
We don't see the wall?
Not from where you're at, no.
Nope.
Do we see the door we came in from? Like if I
You
was to
see the
turn
column.
around.
Yeah, you see the column. You could turn around and go back up those staircases. You guys wedge something in that door, and you do know that your compatriots are upstairs. You take ascending; it's too far for like message, and there's stone in the way and all of that. But you do have an exit, for lack of a better feeling, right?
Okay, so yeah, I'll start heading north. But what I'll do is I'll take my dagger and then just every maybe 10, 20 feet, just make a small little mark in the ground to know I've passed through here.
Okay.
And as I'm going to the west, I would like to pull out a rope and hand one end to Uluru and hold the other end myself.
Okay. That sounds good.
I'm sure nothing is going to happen, but in case there's some vision-ending thing, or I get a little bit too far out of vision, I want to be able to tug on it twice for danger.
Just kind of holding it, just like ready.
Absolutely. Sorry, I am making something to make this easier for me to follow.
Oh, I'm scared.
It's
Okay.
gonna be interesting.
Fable and I are just standing where you guys left from, holding hands, like
I'm just
women on the homestead.
Yep. Waiting for the men to come back. Not to
I'm
us
literally-
specifically, just
When
I'm
will the
catfishing
menfolk
right
return
now.
from war?
Stitch. When will the men folk return? I hope they're alive. Stop telling everyone I'm dead.
I can
hear
his
Stitch. I
voice.
know he's fallen again.
Every once in a while, Stitch hears in his head, "My beloved, it's been so long since I've heard your voice."
I'm not dead yet.
Amazing.
I'm literally going catfishing right now.
Yes, you are.
Whoa.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
Actually,
It's a
Uluru-
laugh.
Uluru would probably tell that joke. He's that kind of guy. He'd probably say that out loud.
I apologize, guys. It has
Loans
been
While
from
the
the
slow is
day.
happening, thank you for the donation tip, Garlic King.
Garlic King!
We are Cody. When you get a chance to, if you can refresh the caches on lay browser overlays, cap them on and the alert box because things are fighting us.
Oh, okay.
But
Let me do that.
I only brought it up
now.
because we're in a delay.
Yes,
and
thank you.
that's what this is for.
Yes, it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I was sitting here, I was like, "Oh, that's how you track this, Cody."
Ooh,
why
you
did
had an
not-
idea.
I did. I've had multiple ideas this night, which
Proud.
is fine.
Which is
wish,
terrifying.
Wish I had them before. It's about, okay. Hold on. Let's see. Capamon,
E.
where do I tell you to refresh?
At the top, when you click on him at the top there, that'll be a tiny little refresh right above the
Yes,
switches.
refresh.
Yeah.
There's Capamon. He's back. Nicely done, buddy. And alert box.
Yes, and then don't forget to switch scenes so that it comes back
Alert
over.
box.
Haha.
Go.
Never mind. Dragon's
Transition
working.
back. There we go. Okay.
Dragon work.
So, Talroth, which direction were you headed?
I was quietly and carefully heading north.
Quietly and carefully heading north. Okay.
Quietly and carefully. That's asking a lot.
So.
Not of you particular, just of the dice.
Yeah. Awesome. Talroth, as you're traveling, you're going to find out that the columns are actually about 50 feet apart. So 60 feet kind of to the center of them, that they're big columns. They're about 10 by 10, right? You're very carefully sort of working in that direction. And as you are going, you see another large column, though you don't see much. I'd like everybody to make me a perception check, please.
And thank you for the subscribe donations, Ramar.
You're amazing, Raymar. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Perception check.
It's 21.
21.
21 perception.
Passive as a floor.
19.
And I rolled a 4.
A 4.
18.
18.
And 24.
Okay. Uluru, what's your passive? 10? 11?
10.
Nice. Okay. So, as you guys are moving around, you've kept a very quiet ear. You can hear the echo of almost every footstep. But as you are moving, even as you move quietly, your feet sound loud to you. They don't necessarily have an echo throughout the chamber, but it's one of those so still, so quiet sort of moments, and seems to be in absolute black. And as you are moving, Talroth, you're coming upon another column. Nothing catches your attention. Actually, those of you above 20, who is that? 1, 2. You guys hear something moving ever so slightly, sort of rattling a little bit, shifting, but it sounds distant. It sounds like you're catching just the dregs of that noise, for lack of a better term, and it is far to the southeast.
I am going to stop moving immediately and just start looking around.
Okay. You cast your eyes in each direction. Nothing seems to be moving. There seems to be nothing that is in immediate danger of you.
How high are the ceilings?
Beyond your dark vision.
Great, cool, love that.
What's the opposite of claustrophobia?
There is one. I think it's like...
There is,
Agoraphobia.
there is.
It's
Is it
agoraphobia.
agoraphobia?
It is.
Oh.
Agoraphobia is often the fear of going outside is how it's falsely attributed, but it's actually the fear of the wide open spaces, and so agoraphobics often end up just being homebodies.
I don't like this. I don't like this
Nope.
at all.
Fable is just like, it's just a really big tent. It's a really big tent, and they don't have the lights on yet. It's just a really big top. Like, she's trying to, because this is also very, very unnerving. She can't see a thing.
Clever Stitch, which direction were you traveling?
The west.
You and... who was with you? Did somebody go with you?
Nobody. I was holding I had a rope, and
Okay.
so Uluru was holding the other end of the rope.
Okay. So you have set out west about 50 feet.
Yep.
you're sort of moving away from that noise as you're slowly hearing it. You can see the column coming within view. The columns here are dwarven in nature. They have large, solid bases, right? And they're almost square columns. They're very angular. They're very sharp-edged, sort of dwarven things. They're actually kind of like mini rooms. And you know, from having been in one, it's about 10 by 10. It does fit the same size. The bases of them being just absolutely sort of square. They have decorative trims on the reliefs and on the edges. Nothing written on the bases. As you guys look up at each of these columns, even the one that you came out of, standing aloft them, right, are these kind of atlas-like figures. Okay, they're not. I would say they're a little more akin to pictographical, right? They're not like David, right? We're not talking like Renaissance art here. You know what I mean? But the two on the north and the south are giants. You can see. You cannot see the ceiling, but you can see as you get right underneath a column, as you're using that full 60 feet of vision and looking up, and you can see that on the north and the south, the shoulders rest sort of a curve, right? So you suspect the ceiling is maybe 20 feet higher, just judging by the arc of that vaulted ceiling, right? On the north, so that's the north and the south. On the east and on the west, there are shorter figures, much in the same. However, each of them is doing the, some of them are standing like on things. They're each standing on something. So some sort of, looks like monster head, little nondescript, got horns. It's not clearly a dragon. It's not clearly a devil or something in specific. It's just scary head. Right? The east and the west guys are standing on that. It doesn't extend out. It's all sort of full relief. And then they're doing the Krillin Destructo disc stance, right? So they're leaning to the side, hand pressed up to make up that distance, right? And the wall comes a little bit down. You get the feeling they're meant to represent dwarves of specific nature, who are standing next to some hunched over giants. And again, these are like representational reliefs, sort of done in the columns.
Yes. Cool.
And everyone can see those. I should have been a little more descriptive of that when we started. So this is as far as you guys have gotten. Your 50 feet of rope is sort of with arms stretched, not quite stretched, but you know, it's off the ground, right? You're 50 feet is 50 feet. You're tripping somebody that can't see it as you walk by at this point. What would you guys like to do? Yeah, Talroth.
You had mentioned the sound was coming from the southeast. So
Yes.
would that have been from where we were or where we came in from?
Both.
So just southeast in general.
Southeast in general. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would probably turn back, just complete 180 and go down the exact path I was to head back to Fable and Saride first.
Yeah, you see them. They are there.
Same.
They don't seem to notice the sound. It is subtle, but you guys do. You pick it up.
Yeah, when I come back to them, I'm just gonna walk up with my finger over my mouth, just point to my ear, and then just point to the southeast.
So
When he points it out, can we hear it?
it's a strain. but I will say yes. Once he points it out, you're kind of like I think I hear it. It almost you almost like check your pockets and stuff because it's at such a distance at this point that it sounds like it's rattling something of like unsecured gear, but not metallic. Maybe wooden or maybe bone, maybe shell, maybe bug carapace. It's hard, right? You guys can make that out, but you're not quite sure exactly what it is.
And obviously whispered. So there, I was able to get 50 feet away, but there was just another pillar, and I couldn't see a wall past that. If we wanted me to, without us having to separate, I can shoot a normal arrow to see how far the walls are. If we don't want to light up the room and alert something of our current location.
I mean, don't we think that something knows we're here?
Probably. It's just a question of if it knows exactly where we are.
Well, but that's the thing is if it knows that we're here but doesn't know where we are, and we can find where it is first, we have the possibility of a surprise round. Unless it's a friend, and then we're in trouble.
I mean, if and we're trying to keep our location a little more hidden, is it possible to do some little light on one of them arrows, cover it, and then when it fires, they won't see it came from us? Because if that little wrap falls off the arrow halfway through, it might look like it came from somewhere else.
If the light begins to shine about halfway through the arc, it would still have a portion to go, and so it would at least know the direction that it came from. Because if it goes like this, but only from here to here, they know it came from something that direction. It's just a question of where and how far.
Well, then we could, all of us except for who's shooting it, could spread a little bit, and then he could yoink your rope back and just pull you this direction really fast. You shoot from over there, and then you move.
Yeah. I can also just, I can be 50, or I can go to the next pillar, climb up it a little bit or something, shoot, and then it won't know where you all are. I am very fast, if I need to be.
And also, so I can effectively, this is Cole talking because I'm trying to figure out how to put this in Uluru terms. But I can essentially cast daylight through Dawnbringer. So maybe like when things get closer, we can just like throw that up and blind it and then go in.
Absolutely.
Is that the one that hurts us?
No, that's Dawn.
Okay, then yeah.
Dawn only happens if I roll a nat 20.
So what are you guys doing?
So should we get in positions?
Yeah.
Then I'll probably keep we'll probably keep Stitch on a rope until he reaches where he needs to go. So because I'll have to be in front anyway. And then the 3 back row fighters can kind of get where they need to be.
I'm keeping
Stiff on a rope.
Fable with me because she can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll be able to in a minute, I feel like, but yep.
And Talroth is probably best in like mid range so that he can kind of get up and disengage as necessary.
Do you all want me to? If you want me to, I can fire 2 shots. One, I can continue north and see how far the wall is without it being lit, and then I can fire the light arrow covered in a loose piece of cloth in the southeast direction at the monster, if you all would like me to, so that we can sort of get a feel for the dimensions of the room, as well as seeing what's clitter-clattering in that direction.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my question. Which direction were you firing?
I mean, if we're just trying to figure out how large the room is, probably doesn't matter. If we're trying to figure out what was clitter-clattering, then southeast.
Can you cast light on your arrows?
No.
Okay, because I can cast light on your arrows.
Okay.
But once it,
I can't. Sarai, do you also have light?
No, I'm not that useful.
You're
But
so
light-
useful.
light does end after. Light does end on one thing if I cast it on another.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna see if two of you could cast it.
We could do the
If
whole thing where,
not-
like, you shoot down, like I stick with you and you just shoot down one hallway, and then like once we've got that one, I can cast it again, and then you can shoot down the other.
I'll just one of them being lit up should be fine. I can do the like gauging distance one just with a regular arrow, because Clever Stitch shoots enough things to maybe be able to know by sound. Like, okay, that arrow flew for this amount of time. That feels like between 150 and 200 feet, or between 100 and 120. You know what I mean? He could probably figure out that without actually seeing it as a rough guess. And then the light one, wherever we want to actually see something. So just let me know what direction you guys want to be able to see something in. I'll shoot the light arrow that way.
I say shoot the light arrow to the thing we heard in the sound in the south. I feel like it's better to
Perfect.
get a good eye on whatever is there in that case.
Perfect. Will do. Then let me. Are we all ready?
And so you're
Cool.
shooting the regular arrow first,
So,
right?
I will. If you can please cast light on this arrow that I will try and wrap in cloth immediately.
As quickly as possible. Ready? 1, 2, and go.
Wrap, and then I stick it in my quiver. I go north with the rope on my tail uncomfortably to the pillar. I shoot an unlit one further north
Further north.
to
Okay.
try and hear. And yeah, that one does not have light on it, to try and hear when it hits a wall.
Okay.
And I have a range of 600 feet. So hopefully
Jesus.
it hits a wall.
If it doesn't, we have a whole other set of issues.
And then once
Let's get through that first.
perfect.
Okay. Question for you. Are you arcing your shot or are you shooting straight?
So since the
I would say your
ceiling
normal
is
your normal range you would is what, 120?
150.
Normal range is 150. If you don't arc your shot, you would just be straighting 150. Right?
I would like to arc it at like, because I know that the ceilings are theoretically about 80-ish feet high.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to arc it about as high as possible without hitting the ceiling.
Cool. Okay. So you do that. You take your shot, bow drawn. You guys hear the thwack of the arrow or the bowstring snapping. A familiar sound to you guys, having worked with Clever Stitch for quite some time now. Clever Stitch, make me an intelligence check. You can add your proficiency bonus to it. You are proficient in longbows.
Well, I did not roll very well. So a 7.
Okay. You hit something. You suspect
Cool.
it is between 60 and 120 feet.
Okay, cool. And then almost immediately after the sound of it hitting something, I would like to turn and shoot in the southeast.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give whatever, and that's with a light arrow.
Okay.
And I don't want to give whatever it is enough time to like freak out about there having just been a sound.
Okay. Sounds good.
This one is going to be a weirder shot because there might be pillars in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to aim just like a little bit past the pillar that I just came from the south.
Okay. So you're
Like arc it mostly south, but a little east.
Oh, south, but a little east. Okay. Sounds good. Mostly south, but a little east. Roll me a D4.
Two.
Okay. You step away from the column, you prep your arrow, draw it back, and let it loose. The light, the rag spins off of the arrowhead about midway through flight, just as it's passing your friends. Light casts 20 feet of bright light and an additional 20 feet of dim light. Is that correct?
I believe so.
I don't think it's 30 for some reason.
Yeah, it's 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim.
Great. So you guys can absolutely see it, even if you're not seeing. You can see the light and the light source, even if you can't see what it's reflecting off of. Let's go with that, right? Because we're dealing with game physics plus real physics here, it gets to be a little funky. As you cast the light and shoot the arrow, it travels, from what you guys can see, about 100 from Clever Stitch, 180, 190, like 200 feet from the original pillar, about 120 feet, about 2 columns down. You guys can see there's a row of columns to the east, and about 2 columns down, it pings into the column. Sort of not into it directly, snaps off the side because you had the angle on it, and it continues to scatter down towards the south, to the southeast. Little tough to really pick the angle. You suspect you went about like 45 degrees rather than any deeper. If you'd like to shoot another one, you can. I know you don't have another light arrow, but just for judging that. You guys can see there is another column. Clever Stitch, do you take like a lap around the column to see how, because it's a 10-foot column, right? Like that makes a difference what you can and cannot see. If you just get to the edge of the column or if you get around it. We're not like a full lap, but like to the far north side of it.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you feel like that's a good idea, just given your first arrow. As you travel to the north side of the column, you can say that north of this column, there does seem to be a wall. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's about 50
Cool.
feet north of this column, and the columns are 10 feet wide. So you guys do identify a wall.
There just went Pyramus and Thisbe in my head immediately. But we're excited about the wall. It there. Let's go. Is there a chink in the said wall? For
Did we did the light arrow illuminate any creatures?
Not that you saw.
Did the light arrow illuminate any stalagmites or stalactites?
Not that you saw.
Roper panic. You already threw rugs of death at us. I am expecting rocks of death.
Rugs of death.
Clever Stitch will motion.
Oh, the cloakers. I was like, oh no,
Yes.
that's not the unwelcome rug. The unwelcome rug would have ruined you
God.
guys.
Yeah, no.
That's not the unwelcome rug?
No,
No.
that's a cloaker.
We had an unwelcome rug.
Oh yeah. So I just yep, you're right. My brain panic.
Clever Stitch will motion to those of the group that have dark vision
Mm-hmm.
for them to come this way.
She'll tug on Fable's hand. Come on.
Okay, you guys travel to the north, to the column where Clever Stitch is. As those of you with dark vision, you get there. It's a very similar column. When you get to the north side of that column, maybe a few feet past it, you can see there is a wall over there. I'd like you guys to make another set of perception checks.
Five.
Passive as a floor, so.
So 12.
11, which is also my floor and what I rolled.
5, so 10.
25.
21.
Okay. My two elves down bottom with your 20 pluses. Your elf eyes don't see much, but your elf ears, which don't get enough love, I feel, do hear another round of rattling. Seems much more purposeful and less languished, right? It is some. Yeah, I mean, you cast a light in a place that hasn't had light in God knows how long. So somebody went, they say, what was that? I should go look at it. Right.
And it's the same direction?
Same direction, a little further, because you've moved. And you're really hearing the echoes of it. So it's very difficult to get much detail because you're not hearing the first ring of it. You're only hearing the reverbs and it mixing with its own noise multiple ways over.
We don't exactly know the exact direction it's coming from.
Still
We just
still southeast, but that's about as far as you can.
But we
get.
don't know if it's from ceiling or floor.
No, yeah, there's no way to tell that.
That's the thing that I am most concerned about is that it is on the ceiling, and so that light arrow, unless it climbs down the pillar, we won't be able to see it.
I don't like that.
There's the wall. Do we want to go to the wall so that we at least know that there's not something coming up from behind us?
Yeah, that's fair, unless the wall opens, but I feel like we'll hear that, so yeah.
So I also have an idea. If we're gonna do this kind of, make sure that we don't get flanked situation, should we lure it over here to deal with it as quickly as possible? Because I have an idea for that if it gets down to that.
I feel like luring is a really terrible idea when it has home court advantage. That's really not a thing that works when it knows where it is and you're a stranger.
I feel like it's coming anyway.
Yeah, I feel like it's either we lure it or it happens upon us, in which case it actually surprises us. I don't think that we can surprise it. So once we get to the wall, if we want to set up and then start trying to call it over.
But
Because
again,
what I was thinking of doing was, in order to have us get it at least an idea, are there a bunch of rocks around and stuff like that?
This place is clean.
Okay.
Worked stone. This place is clean. Dusty.
How many arrows do you have, Stitch?
I have so many arrows.
So if you have a bunch of arrows, then what we can do is we can just continue to cast light and I can just literally sit by, cast light as Stitch just keeps shooting off arrows to give us as much vision as we can until it gets there, and then we can actually have time to set up at that point in time. And then as soon as it gets within striking distance, I can pop daylight and really surprise it.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything that that they think we should do to set up?
How far is the column to the wall? You said it was about 50 feet?
Yep, same distance, uniform.
And what about the wall that we're by? Are there any markings or...
Decorative, but nothing that strikes. Again, continues the general motif of giants and dwarves together. I would say where you're at. Nothing distinct or important at your current location.
Also, can I say something before we all just haul off and... You're seeing this place, right? Everywhere else that had monsters was filled with bones and bodies and broken weapons. This place is just fucking empty, which means either whatever's here is smart enough and persnickety enough to clean up after itself, in which case we might be able to talk to it, or it's not killing people, and maybe we should wait before just fucking attacking the darkness. Although that's the most D&D thing ever in the world is I'm attacking the darkness. But in the meantime, Fable's kind of anxious. She's like, from what you're telling me, it's fucking picked clean and tidy and empty. And that is not in line with any of the other fucking places that we fought things before in this whole mountain. It feels wrong to just be prepared to fight something when possibly it's not here to fight us. It could be wrong, but...
I think it's less about... necessarily attacking it for sure, and more about still, just in case, luring it over towards us, and then we can see what it is. And if it looks like it's a scary monster that's chasing at us to eat our heads off, then we do attack it. If it's a person, like a giant or a dwarf, then
might we just someone
If we just send someone over there by themselves and they get caught, it's
we have
over.
spells for that though, right? Where I could stand 20 feet away and cast the noise to be over there.
I have a question.
Yes.
Megan has a question. What is the definition of a creature? Does that include monsters as well?
Yes.
All right. So, if we wanted to help, something I could do to help draw it over, I can play, and if I play for a minute and it listens, I can charm it.
Sure. Like I said, I don't think that I wasn't trying to strike out to attack it, more just strike out to see what it is.
Yeah.
But I also like charming it with music.
And I still just think
If I charm it, then it'll be a lot easier for me to tell it what to do, if necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the part that has me a little concerned and sharing some of Fable's reservations here. I don't know. Maybe it didn't clean up after itself. Maybe whatever was down here, they got up after whatever happened and cleaned up after themselves. Kind of like we saw all the undead up in that big old first room.
probably only if they were maids beforehand.
But there was also something else, like just something about this room, just especially that trap right before, that big old trap. Do we even know if anything happened in here?
We're hearing noises. I don't know. We're hearing noises, and it's fine.
This is clearly the throne room. We saw the throne.
I will say I apologize. I need to retcon. You guys did not see the throne.
We think it's the throne room.
It feels throne-esque.
It does feel throne-esque. That I will say. It does feel quite throne-like, throne-adjacent, throne-ish, throne-y.
And I haven't met many royalties in my life, but I'm assuming if there is something still here that claims a throne, charming and shooting things at it is not going to win us any points.
Again, not shooting at it.
In general.
Lighting up the room with arrows so that they are not lit up next to us. And also playing music that doesn't necessarily reek of charming magic, I assume, Saride? I don't actually know.
First of all, nothing I do reeks.
I was about to say.
I'm not casting a spell. I'm just a very, very good player.
Exactly. I like it.
What was that?
Should I cast light on an arrow now? I'm asking.
Mike.
Yeah, I was like, we could
Cody,
not
get that
hear
out of your
whatever
mouth right
it was.
now.
Come on, Mike. My ASMR clicks don't pick up on this mic.
Oh, gross.
I don't like that they're clicks.
Looks like something opening or like somebody standing up and cracking their back after a long sit.
Are we all hearing this now?
Yeah, you're hearing little scratches, sort of like, well, not necessarily little, but like nails on stone. Make perception checks.
Natural 20 for a 22.
14.
15.
23.
18.
Natural 20 for a 22, and say them again. I got 22 and 18. The 3 in the middle I missed, please.
15.
15.
23.
23. Okay. Clever Stitch, and you can all hear it. What you're trying to decipher is from what direction is it coming, right? How close is it? That's the information you're trying to gather. Clever Stitch, because you rolled a natural 20, I am going to let you know it is within 60, 80 feet, but you can't really decide. You can't figure out where. Megan, because you got over 20 as well, and you beat Clever Stitch's natural 20, I'm going to tell you the same information. However, neither of you beat its stealth, so you are not sure where it is.
We just know it's closer.
Correct. You know it is within 60 to 80 feet, 60 to 90 feet. You use it in 30-foot increments, right? You know it is that close. You don't necessarily know where it is.
And
Because it's so echoey. Oh, sorry, Caitlin, go.
You.
Because it's so echoey, we also can't tell up or down.
Correct.
Can Fable make a performance check to try to throw her voice?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
That is an 18.
Okay.
And she's gonna try to throw it because its sound is bouncing, and if it's hard for us to tell, maybe it's hard for them to tell as well. She wants to try to throw her voice far, and ding dong, Avon calling. Just essentially a soft girl, excuse me, can you help us? Appear to be lost.
Saride is gonna drop jaw and just stare at her. At the audacity.
It knows we're here. Might as well see if it has the potential of being friendly, and if not, I'm throwing the sound over there. So I wasn't stupid enough to just say it here. Like, it already knows we're here.
Suppose. But there's something. Something smells quite good. Little different. Little working class. Something.
Rude.
Oh.
I
Yes, Talroth. You had your hand up first.
Can I just try to hide behind Uluru? Just try to use him as some kind of cover?
Oh, now
listen. They don't have to know. It doesn't have to know how many of us are in here. Fable will go and talk,
It
and then
knows
set
how
herself
many
on
of us
fire.
are here.
I
It can't tell what we are. We
I-
smell like something. I feel like there's
Low class.
some flexibility there.
We're
So-
gonna
Okay.
walk out wearing this thing like boots.
hold on.
Fine.
To clarify my intention,
Yeah,
if Uluru is facing where we think it's coming from,
sure.
pretty much to obscure myself from anything coming from that direction. So if it's coming from the other direction, I know it's going to have full sight of me.
Right. I understand
Sort of back to
exactly what you're talking about, and what you are saying makes sense. In a normal world, here's here's where I'm gonna kind of defer to the group, because it is what you are. There you go. God damn it, D&D Beyond. The difference between halfling and halflings is not what we're talking about here. My lord, I
It's a
swear.
bunch of halflings in a trench coat. Bunch of halflings in a trench coat.
See, that's why I wanted to make friends.
So and halfling is the race. That's what I'm. Mother. Okay. She'll be right back. So the reason I bring up halflings is because it is one of their special racial abilities to be able to hide behind another creature. And specifically, if I am not mistaken, hold on, I'm trying to find that ability so that I'm not.
I know the one
Alright.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm back, by the way, if you
Welcome
can
back.
refresh us. I don't know what happened.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it hiccuped on me too. I just jumped back
Okay,
a little.
good.
You may need to rejoin because I'm getting floating boxes of death. for
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Okay. I'll just keep clicking over here because every time she leaves, my face pops out.
Yeah, it's the Lightfoot halfling.
Yes, naturally stealthy. That's right. You can attempt to hide even when obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. And Uluru is not a size larger than you. So I am going to rule no, because it's a special racial ability for halflings. And even if you were a halfling, Uluru would not meet the... If you were a halfling, he'd be smaller and he would. But as it stands, Uluru does not meet the requirements for that action. It makes sense to me, and I like where your head is at, but unfortunately, that's what that is.
Yeah, not a problem. But it also at least puts me in positioning of where I'd like to be.
Yes, yeah, and you can absolutely stand behind him. Absolutely. So, what sort of help are you looking for?
Well, as for me, I just, I like to meet friends and tell stories. It's kind of why I wandered over here. And she's going to throw her voice a little bit in the other direction now and listen to hear if he moves that direction. If we hear the chain, a shift in clattering or
Go ahead
whatever.
and make a perception check.
Okay. $18.
Can't tell.
That's fine. That's just the highest perception check I'll ever roll in my life.
Sounds good.
That's it.
I'm not exactly a story person. I prefer fine meal. Ooh, maybe some entertainment. It was being offered anyway. So, if you can agree to a meal and a song, sure, I'll help you.
I mean, it depends on what you like to eat. Do you like eggs, perchance?
Oh, they are
It's the thing. It's the thing.
my...
He said yes.
Yes, he said they're my favorite.
That's what I thought. The deep voice dropped off in the end. Good. Now she's done fucking around. Or at least she fucking knows.
I'm gonna carefully nudge Uluru and just point to our swords and just slowly start drawing one of my swords.
Oh, that's not very friendly, now is it?
Yeah.
No, no. No. No, 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 no. Does the no-no dance?
Don't do it like that.
I didn't mean to, but...
It's Courtney Cox in Behir form.
It is. and
I have all of the red wine. I got it. I got this. This one's, I've been studying. It's Cougarton, my friends. It's my time.
I will
Amazing.
put the sword, I will start sliding the sword back, but I'm going to look up at the wall.
I was just about. I do the same things.
With your dark vision, you can't see the roof.
Can't see the ceiling.
I was just seeing if there was anything on the wall.
Not on the
Like if
wall.
he was there.
Not on the wall. From where you're standing next to the wall, you look up. It is not within your range of vision. So, if we have a deal, why don't you take out that large round? Ooh, smells. Just nearing ripeness. Go ahead and roll that big, beautiful egg across the floor.
Knowing she's gonna get some shit for this, but it'll do what they planned to do. Fable is going to, as though she is going to, she wraps it in both arms, and says, "Well, I don't know about you, but I prefer when my eggs are." And on cooked, she is going to bonus action Mantle of Flame, which casts light around her, and she's gonna fucking run.
Okay.
If it chases her, they'll be able to see it. That's
Okay.
all.
Sounds good. How far does the Mantle of Flame cast light?
It's a 30-foot dim light, I think.
Okay.
I'm double checking.
Double check. Yeah, double check. Let's flip for initiative because as Fable casts Mantle of Flame and takes off running, we're gonna need to be doing things in
30-foot radius and additional 30 feet of dim.
so 60 feet. Great. As the area lights up 60 feet with light of flame and Fable takes off running, you hear a snarl of the Behir, and with that, we do an initiative. All right. I see an ace for Clever Stitch, means he is probably going first. Looks like the Behir is second with Jack. Fable, I'm going to say you got 30 feet.
Great.
And what card did you have, Caitlin?
That's 6. I was about to write it in the thing, but thank you.
Okay, so since I'm first, I'm gonna... Fuck. I can't see it, so I'm gonna just... Wait. So, technically, Cole asked if he could cast light on an arrow right before we started hearing the screechy scratchies and then the chatting happened.
Sure.
Is it lit?
I'll say yes. Go for it. Yeah, said it before.
Cool. I will shoot it at the ceiling,
Okay.
Yes!
hoping that I can see where it is,
Sure.
and then we'll see what happens after that.
Cool.
So
Roll me a percentile. You're just shooting it blindly at the ceiling. I will say
yeah,
if you
just
come
in the
within
direction.
if you come within
it-
10% of what I roll, it's a huge creature, right? It takes up area. So maybe you have the chance to hit it by accident.
Cool.
Okay. So roll me a percentile.
50 even.
I rolled a 58. So make an actual attack roll.
Holy fuck.
Oh!
Okay, this will not be sharpshooter only because I can't fucking
You
see
can't.
it.
No,
Yeah,
that's stupid.
even if you were gonna say it, I was gonna be like, I don't think that's.
No, but that
Yeah.
is a 21.
That does hit. 21 does hit. Yeah.
Cool. Then I will make that a... I'll go ahead and make it a arcane shot, and it will be a beguiling arrow.
I'm gonna say. Well, you can do those after it hits, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to say that I can't because I couldn't see it, that is perfectly fine.
My thing
I will
is,
take that.
you were shooting for. You hit it
Yeah.
by accident, right? Essentially,
absolutely.
You were shooting just for light and checking purposes. So
Yep.
that's why I'm saying you're not quite prepared, or
Sounds good.
doing the, you know what I mean? Even arcane
Absolutely.
archery magic, like there has to be some sort of like preparation or intent, or
Yeah.
you know what
to
I mean?
me, the way that I and this is not Matthew trying to argue for the thing, the way that I kind of, because they say that you can do it after it hits,
Right.
is that every arrow is slightly enchanted.
Sure.
It's just whether you trigger it once it's hit something.
Okay.
Theoretically. Again, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter because this one was a scouting shot, so
Sure.
it wouldn't really make a lot of sense.
To me, I think
So-
it's just a little more like, because for me, it's like when that arrow impacts, you're like magic, right? Whereas
absolutely.
when this arrow impacts, you're like, oh shit, I hit it.
Yes, correct.
And looking at its
so-
AC and your plus, you're gonna hit it again right now. So
Lit. 10 damage.
okay, 10 points of damage.
Now that we can see it, where the fuck is it?
It is 90 feet overhead.
Oh, good. Oh, I have time. We're good.
Yeah.
Attack number 2 is a 23 to hit.
Yes, that will absolutely
With-
hit.
11 damage, and then I will use the bonus action from the bow or the quiver of swiftness to shoot it a third time.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Okay. Did you want any of these to be your beguiling shot?
The last one can.
The last one? Okay, that's fine.
And that's another 11 damage with 10 psychic damage, and I need it to make a DC 13 wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
or it will be charmed by Fable.
Natural 19.
Cool. That's fine.
Okay.
That's it.
That is that. So as the arrow, I'm gonna say you realize the first arrow, the light, you're gonna use that light. When it sticks in its body, it's gonna be like the light is covered, right? I'm giving you the other
Yeah.
two shots, no disadvantage for being blind, essentially. But I'm gonna treat this attack as though you guys were blind because it's covered up the
Okay.
light that
Yeah.
it had that was happening, right? It is going to leap down. Go ahead.
I would like to move about 20 feet away from the group
Okay,
while I'm shooting, just so that if it attacks,
sure.
we're not in a
It's
giant.
the running. I was trying to scatter us.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it pins us against the wall, we're just all gonna get eaten.
Which direction are you running? Fable took off to the south. So east or
I
west
will
are your
go
options.
to the east.
East. Got it. So it is going to come scurrying down along the wall and leap. With you running 20 feet away, it cannot get to you, and it is pissed about it.
Good.
It is going to leap down. No, it's not. It's going to crawl down. It's going to be on the wall. It's going to jump from ceiling to wall because it can use gravity to go a little faster there. And it is going to execute a lightning breath on the 3 remaining people. Oh no. All right, so it's going to jump all the way to the floor. It's going to make an acrobatics check. It's going to leap onto the floor. It's going
How
to
do you do a
take
3-point landing if you have like 8 legs?
Is it a 7 or is it
7-point landing?
7-point landing?
yeah.
One of the legs, for no
With
reason,
one-
is just sticking up. It doesn't need to, but it's just
It's the middle one
less in
too.
the mid.
It's not. It's yeah. It's like
Exactly.
yeah. Wait. So it is going to take a few points of fall damage. Cause yeah,
Oh my God.
it's pissed and it's trying to get down there to you guys. So it takes 16 points of fall damage. And it is going
Is it bloody?
No. Matthew did a ton of damage to it, though. Because you moved 20 feet, it's gonna line up the 3 people that are staying that haven't moved yet. So I need a dexterity saving throw. Colt.
Are they within 20 feet of me? Or
Yes.
is it just them?
Yeah, they are.
Then they add another 5 to it.
There you go.
Mine was a 14.
14 fails.
25.
25 succeeds.
30.
30 succeeds as well. Nicely done. I should have prepped a dice roller for me.
Take your
Also,
time while
if-
he's looking at dice. Norse Foundry, folks. Buy them and help wreak revenge on your DMs that throw you this fucking monster.
You guys are gonna murder it.
It's terrifying looking. I hate it.
It is. Would
If
somebody
there's-
like to repost that? Uluru?
I mean, maybe for all we know, the fall damage. I mean, he clipped his throat, so it's not going to be as much damage.
I already
Maybe.
posted it. It's Joanna from Rescuers Down Under.
It is.
It's
It
already-
100%
Yeah.
absolutely is.
Okay.
I heard a lot
Not
of
Joanna's
questions.
eggs.
Yes, you did. That is 12d10. Oh, some of these are pretty small. So that is 10.
That's
20.
just it's natural attack.
It's its breath
It's a
attack.
breath weapon.
Yeah, that's why it's not a spell, so I can't help you. I was going
Correct.
to.
No,
Oh my
no,
god.
you can't.
20, 40, 50, 61, 67. 67 points of lightning damage to Cole. And the other 2 of you are going to take 34 points of lightning damage. 0 for Talroth as he evasions.
Cole,
All
you
rogues
right?
everywhere.
I'm at 14.
I'm at 13.
Hey, you guys are like twins. That is it for the Bahir. Who's next?
Next is Talroth.
Okay. Talroth.
So this thing is on the floor now.
Yes, it is. Yeah. About 10
Okay.
feet from you.
Do Uluru and Sarai count as threatening it, or
Ooh, they don't have weapons out yet.
what about Stitch? Since he had, oh no, but he's further
He's
away.
not in melee. What I'd say you can do is if you want to get within melee and ready the attack for when Uluru threatens it, you could do that.
Oh, attack.
Checking to see something real fast. Oh, that's right. It's monks that can take the dodge action as a bonus action.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can disengage or dash, or hide. You have to obscure your vision first. It's gonna be Talroth.
I'm not close enough to hit it though. I'd still have to move regardless.
You, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I will move just a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just hold my action until Uluru's ready so I can take a swipe at it.
Okay. Sounds good. Who's next?
Right.
Right.
Yes, Saride is next.
That's a mood.
4th level cure wounds on my baby.
Okay.
$18 points.
Also, just a heads up: if you are within 10 feet of me, you have an extra 10 feet to your movement speed.
Good to know.
Heard. Thank you.
Nice.
And then bonus action. I'm gonna fuck it. Bonus action, 8 hit points.
Okay.
I would like to use my reaction to run into melee with it.
Okay. Clever
I
Stitch.
would like to as well.
All right.
Wow.
You guys come rushing back at it. Tauroth, you can activate your attack.
Can I use my movement real quick to try to get as far away, not far away, but just out of its line of sight? Because if I take another hit, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Which direction would you like to go? It is to the west of you. So you can go east, south, southeast.
Where's everybody else?
Fable's to the south, and Clever Stitch is running back at you from the east at this point.
Oh, fuck.
High-five me on the way past.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go Top Gun.
Yeah.
High-five Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay. You guys come moving back in. Tauroth, attack roll.
It was an 11.
An 11 misses, unfortunately. It does have a thick, draconic-like, lizard-like hide. So. Who is next?
Next is Fable.
At me.
Yes.
So I am going to shouting at it. Excuse you, I thought you fucking wanted eggs. They're not eggs. Can you tell? You're blind and stupid. Just trying to draw its attention. And she gonna haul ass and cast some fiery chromatic orb at fuck it, 3rd level.
Don't cook my dinner.
Come and get it then. There's no roll to attack. Wait,
For chromatic orb? Yes, there is.
counterspell. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. I was like, wait, what's happening? That's an 18 to hit.
18 barely hits. That is its armor
Thank
class.
God. Okay, great. And that's going to be all the d8s. Fuck, none of those were ones. So that is 14, 15, 16, 17 fire damage.
Okay.
I'm burning a quicken spell to make another one a bonus action for this turn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hit him with.
What level did you cast chromatic orb at?
That was at third.
Okay.
Oh, I'm nervous that you asked that. I'm uncomfortable.
I'm just
okay,
determining what level you can cast your next one at.
Oh shit! Yes, thank you. Correct. I have up to 4th level spells.
So first.
First, thank you. That's a 19 to hit.
19. Okay, that'll hit.
$15 fire damage this time.
Okay. Sounds good. Who's up next?
Any movement? If not, Uluru.
Yeah, it's my turn.
she's gonna. Is there a pillar to hide behind?
You would maybe just.
I can't take the hide action, but like, is there a
Right.
pillar?
You 30 feet gets you to the edge of the pillar, not behind the pillar.
That's fine. Just
Okay.
to the general area of a pillar.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
Olaroon.
Okay, so if I draw Dawnbringer, what would it cost me an action to get her to get up to full glory?
I don't. Let me look up Dawnbringer.
Because it does say she's always under the effects of the daylight spell unless it chooses to diminish its light.
Right. So it's just daylight around Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer does not exist in shadow. The fact that
Excellent.
Yeah, the fact that you didn't. It was not beaming through the sheath. Yeah.
Good. Because then I draw it right in front of the Behir.
Yeah.
And I tell it, well, right before I do, I tell everyone to watch their eyes.
Okay.
And then,
So look up daylight. 60-foot radius of bright light spreads out from the point of the sword. Dim light an additional 60 feet. So now you guys can see this place is huge. 120 feet. It doesn't reach the edges. Well, maybe one of them, but very, very barely.
It ain't big.
Yep. But daylight does not cause any form of blindness.
okay. No, I was just thinking that maybe just because of the rapid
A
shift.
shock. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as much as it does for you guys, but I'm not going to add a blinding spell effect to it. However, there
worries.
is absolutely the bright beaming beacon of Dawnbringer illuminating, bringing light to this darkness for the first time in since its downfall. I'm absolutely sure.
So I just figured I'd ask.
Thank you.
So I will then use a bonus action because we can see it now, right? We can see it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I will use a bonus action to cast Branding Smite on Dawnbringer.
Okay.
And then I will attack the thing.
Okay.
Should I use digital dice or real dice? I don't know. I'm nervous. We know how the digital dice do me from time to time.
They do.
And today does not. I'm going real dice. Let's see how this goes, guys. Okay. So the first one is a 17 plus 9, 28 to hit on the first attack.
Yeah, that'll hit. Absolutely.
So it takes. 16 points of sword damage.
Okay.
Plus another 5 points of branding smite damage. So 21 points total.
Okay.
And the target sheds a dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, and there's no saving throw on it. It's just, it happens.
Got it.
And then now that I can definitely see it, I will attack it again.
Okay.
Come on. That's a 24 to hit.
Does hit.
All right, and I'm going to throw a first level Divine Smite onto that as well. So that is. Ooh. So it's 15 points of sword damage.
Mm-hmm.
Plus another. So that's what, 3d6. Ugh. Only 5 points of smite damage on top of that. So 20 damage total.
Okay.
That's still 41 damage this turn. So
Right?
Yeah, and that and let's see. And that ends my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay.
that's a new round.
New round. Here we go. That is Queen.
Ace.
Ace. Fable. Go
Fable's
for it.
up first.
Oh yeah, she's just going to continue trying to taunt this thing away from the rest of the group. And this time it's going to be a
So, Cody,
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I forgot that it's D8s, not D6s. I rolled D6s on Divine Smite.
Okay.
And I just re-rolled. My base damage was 7. It was 12 with the re-roll. So another 7 points of damage. Excuse me.
Seven.
Sorry.
Sorry, yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Is it possible to get him in? Is it possible to get him kind of away from in a line without hitting friends?
From the 3 other melee combatants that have surrounded.
You right, never mind. Melee, that's a thing. He's not so big that I can just hit his face. Got it. All right, yeah. Also, I'm farther than 30 feet away from him, I think, at this point, because he
Yes,
stayed
you
over
are.
there.
You've
So,
moved 60.
I'm good. Okay, cool. Gonna hit him again
Okay.
with actually, I'm going to hit him with the firebolt instead, the cantrip, and then use the bracers to cast it as a bonus action for free again.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hit him with firebolt twice.
Okay. Firebolt twice. Let's do
Theoretically.
it.
Let's try. That's a natural 20 for a 27.
Okay.
So that's max damage on a firebolt. So that's it says 4d10 because it doubled it for me. We're doing max damage, so
So, yeah, 20 plus.
so 20 plus.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Well, hold on. This anatomy die does not help me with this monster, so go ahead and roll.
So I'm rolling it again because it tried to roll me 4d10 and that is not correct.
That's fine.
So that is 8.
Okay.
9, 10, 11, or plus add 3 damage to him because of my mantle flame in general. But yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does he take an effect of any kind?
No, because you got the extra damage.
Great, awesome. That's not a problem. And then I cast it again.
Okay.
Just pew pew. A 21 to hit.
Yeah, 21 is gonna hit.
So that's 9 points of damage with my extra 3.
Okay, with the second firebolt piercing in to the Behir, it slumps down onto the ground, and you hear from the other side behind you, "Egg sucker! No!"
Oh no! That wasn't Screepers, was it?
No, it was not.
Fuck. It sounded like him. Oh shit.
I tried to do a feminine screech and also a dragon voice, which equaled Screebers. So, yeah, the Venn
Fair.
That is the Venn diagram.
Yeah,
That's exactly the Venn diagram.
Yeah,
Screebers.
that is.
So-
So that's why I adjusted down back to the lower register. But I was trying to do feminine dragonborn and scream of horror and or disenchantment. Essentially,
In a panic.
yeah. Go ahead.
In a panic, she screamed, "I'm trying to be his friend!"
As you turn and look down the hallway, coming up, having been dashing for the first 2 rounds, now 100 feet. So yeah, I'm gonna say within about at a column and a corner, so 60, 70 feet from Fable, is a feminine behir. Its rear scales arcing with electricity and fury.
Her mate's name was Egg Sucker.
The 7th, technically.
Oh my. Okay, good. You said it was the Screamer's voice, and then I thought you said Dragonborn. I imagine it was a handler of his, and I freaked the fuck out. I was like, no, was it a pet?
No.
Then now I don't feel bad anymore. Let's go.
Okay.
So after Fable, it was Eggsucker's turn.
So it'll be
it's
Yoke Chewers. It's her turn.
Them suckers. Oh, never mind.
Yoke Chewers. Ew.
Yep.
I hate it.
Next, it's Uluru.
No. Yoke Chewer is gonna go.
Oh, sorry. I thought that the running was it. Never mind.
No.
Sorry,
I
continue.
apologize. I am alerting you as to where it is once you know it is there. Because it was moving in the darkness before, and then when it sees its mate go down, it lights itself up with electric energy,
Gotcha.
essentially.
Cool. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just to keep our combat going in combat and not in the where's the sneaky monster phase. These are not exactly
Speaking of,
sneaky monsters.
it's fine. Speaking of Boogie Woogie, my brain just automatically, when there's something lighting up with a clearly elemental energy, I go, I wonder if that would power the staff. That is such a long time ago, and my brain still does it, Megan. My brain still wants to find those things for you.
Baby girl, you gotta focus on yourself and your egg right now, because you ain't looking so good.
I haven't been hit once. I'm fine.
Wait for it.
Here we go. Let's change
I'm
that.
okay.
Up first, Yoke Chewer is going to do its constrict attack. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it also takes all the fire damage.
Yeah. It is it 3, 5?
It is, yeah, my charisma modifier, so 3.
3. Okay. Yeah, it's not worried about that at this point.
No, it's fine.
It is going to deal you. 10, 24, 28 points of slashing and bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled.
Perfect.
You are restrained. And so then it is going to make its bite attack at advantage. And that is going to be 21 to hit.
And it takes the damage again, the
Yep.
3.
So that is another 28 points of damage. Piercing damage as it bites you, and having wrapped you in its centipede-like body with its crocodile legs sort of holding on, gripping, the head comes up over the flame that is illuminating the central of the hall, and you guys watch as with first a vicious snap, it bites down over Fable's head and onto her chest, and then you watch as it cranes its head back and begins to swallow her whole. You are swallowed. You're no longer grappled.
Awesome.
You are blinded and restrained. You have total cover. And
No shit. Sorry, that's really funny to me. You have total cover? Really?
yeah, total
Inside
cover
of a here.
from attacks and other effects outside the Behir. You're gonna take acid damage at the start of the Behir's turn. Okay, and that is what you need to know at this point. Okay.
Good. Excellent.
Alrighty.
Next up is Uluru.
Hey, so I've still got first Bahir in front of me, right? He's still there.
That one's down.
I'm dead. I
He's,
just
he's
killed him.
out.
He's done. Sweet.
Yeah.
So then I know where this. So the other one is over there in the general direction. How close?
60
60
feet? Yeah, 60. I'm going to say 65 feet. Fable had traveled 60 feet. It ran up on her from the far side.
So I'm gonna run up to it. I'm gonna run 40 feet towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
At just first level.
Okay.
To let's see if we hit it. Ooh, probably not. That's a 15.
No. Yeah, it goes sailing just wide. Yoktur is gonna kind of duck around, and you can see, like a snake that's eaten something, the outline of Fable's glowing body in it.
Then I think I will. Then I will bonus action. I will bonus action cast Searing Smite on at first level on Dawnbringer.
All right, once more, Dawnbringer already casting.
Wait, no, I can't do that actually. Sorry, because it's casting 2 leveled spells in a turn.
What is your maximum spell level that you can
2.
cast? And what level did you cast Guiding Bolt?
1.
So you can cast Searing Smite if it's a first level spell.
Oh, sweet. Then I'll do that.
That is according to Rep House rules.
Okay. Cool.
And as long as they can't do the same. They can't both do damage dice, essentially.
Okay. I mean, they do, but
you're casting it
ways.
on the sword, and you're not using it this turn, so I will allow it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Who's next?
And that ends my turn.
Next is Talroth.
Talroth.
Uluru did not move closer, did he?
That is what I was checking. It sounds like he did not.
I did move closer to it.
Oh, you did?
40 feet.
40
I moved
feet.
40 feet and then cast Guiding Bolt.
I apologize, I missed that. So he did move closer.
Okay. Close enough where I'd be able to get sneak attack on it, or?
He's not in melee. No, he's 20 feet from it. 25 feet from it and from melee.
Okay. So... yeah. Let me just double check one. Okay, so this is a bonus action. Yeah, seeing Fable get swallowed up. Beelining straight for it, bonus action casting Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Immediately kicking off the final thing to get advantage on the attack and just hauling right ass to it.
Okay, nice. So I think it's Zephyr Strike is a bonus action to cast.
Bonus action to cast.
And it increase your speed by 30 feet or double.
I'm going to the spell.
Please, yeah. Zephyr Strike's a really cool spell. It does a bunch of different stuff.
Once before the spell ends, to give yourself advantage on a weapon attack roll on your turn. Attack deals an extra d8 of force damage. Whether you hit or miss, the walking speed increases by 30 feet till the end of that turn.
Okay, so you get extra 30 feet of movement, and you have a 35 feet anyway, 30 speed. You get there, and you have advantage. Make your attack roll, and don't forget your extra force damage.
These digital dice today, it just teased that 20 before it fell onto its 2.
Oh, but that was that with advantage?
It's
a
still
total
it's
26.
Oh, okay, okay. All
The
right.
other was a natural 18.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, but good. Roll your damage. Sneak attack. Zephyr Force.
And
Bonus
And
damage.
also, as part of the attack, just not even thinking, also hitting favored foe on it.
Mhm.
So, I got a few dice to roll.
Go for it.
Okay, so 11 damage off the sword, 15 for sneak attack, 4 for favored foe, another 8 for the for Zephyr Strike. So that becomes a total of 36.
36. Wow. All right. As you hit it,
And I'm just trying to drive it through, maybe see if I can just stop it, like get it in the throat or something.
okay, yeah,
Stop the swallowing motion. I'll just.
you stab and cut very hard. It is going to, so because it took that much damage.
Gag reflex roll. Gag reflex roll.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, it has to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, with a +4, 12 + 4 is 16, it beats its DC. So, Fable remains swallowed. Okay, who's next?
That would be me.
You go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to, as a free action, activate my feline agility,
Okay.
which doubles my movement speed until the end of my turn.
Yeah, get down on all fours.
I see a laser, and I run at it.
Yeah.
I am
and
the
then-
red dot.
And then I would, so that gives me a 60-foot movement speed.
Okay.
So can I get up?
Yeah.
Let's
You got
see.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Then I will shoot it.
Okay.
I will make these sharpshooters since I can see it.
Yes, you can.
And unfortunately, I can't check that as a box, so I will just have to do mental math.
All right.
That's gonna be a 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Cool. That's 22 damage. I
Okay.
would like to make that a arcane shot.
Okay.
And this one will be a grasping arrow.
Okay.
So that's an extra 8 damage. So that's a total of 30 damage on the first hit. That 8 is poison,
Okay.
if that matters.
Nah. But thank you.
And then second attack is a 17 to hit.
No, 18.
Damn. Okay. Third is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
And that's a total of 19 damage.
19 more points of damage. Okay. It did succeed its Constitution check to keep the swallowed Fable down.
All right.
Who is next?
Next is Saride.
To ride.
Third level healing word at Uluru.
All right.
12 points. And bonus action, inspiration. Ooh, that means I get it this time. Yes. So I get 10 hit points.
Nice.
Finally.
The rock.
But none for Fable.
No, can't see you.
I assumed as much, but you didn't have to say it like that. I'm not Regina George.
None for Gretchen Wiener.
It's Gretchen Wiener's first.
None for Gretchen.
Wow.
Listen, I'm the only millennial in my generation who's seen that movie twice in my life instead of the 400 times all the rest of you seem to have seen it. I don't know.
I've seen it once, but I still know, core lines.
Yeah, I'm gay, so it's a.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
which one of them
most
is
of the
which,
movie,
so it's fine.
All right. So yeah, that. And I'm going to move behind Yokesucker.
So you're gonna move 30 feet closer to Yokesucker, and
No,
she'll.
I'm moving to the back side of her.
Okay.
Not close, just out of her line of sight.
Okay.
I realize she's a little busy at the moment,
Sure.
but on the off chance that she coughs something up, and gets mad about it and is like, oh, look at you, you're tasty too. And I just don't want to be there.
Got you. You're gonna duck behind the column over there.
Sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
New round.
New round. Awesome.
One.
And now I go at the very end.
Oh, big cap ace.
I've been drawing Uluru Cole's initiative this whole time.
Oh no! I didn't even know you had Cole initiative cards in your deck.
Yeah, I have a 7, 8, and 9.
No.
First off, I would be lucky to draw a 7, 8, or a 9.
Those are my lowest ones.
My lowest one is a 3. I have a +1, sir. I don't think you understand how slow I am carrying all this heavy armor around.
Oh, you hit real hard.
I do.
So, Ride, what is your dexterity?
Depends. Do you know the safe word? It's a 0.
Oh, okay. So, Yolksucker is up first with a
much
+3.
acid damage?
Ooh, yes, acid damage.
That's going to determine what happens right now.
3, 4, 5, 6. 66 acid damage. 5, 15, 21.
Stop counting, it doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't
Okay.
matter anymore.
All right.
When she drops to 0, as she does just now, because Mantle of Flame is up, Phoenix spark from within the animal, and I apologize to everyone who got close. It's why I run away during combat. It is going to have a come here. Every creature within 10 feet of me takes fire damage that is currently, because I have Mantle of Flame.
She has full cover.
Yeah. So the.
Oh, so just the Behir then.
Yep. The Behir will.
Thank God. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. Good. I was like, I can't tell them not to come because they need to come stab it. But also, I'm sorry. Like I was terrified of Uluru getting hit by this fire damage specifically because he got hit hard earlier. Thank God. Okay. Healer for the win. All right. But she is going to take damage of 14, 15, 16, 17 fire damage.
Okay, 17 fire damage. Sounds good. You guys see the inside of the Behir begin to glow red as the flames of the Phoenix Soul burst up forth from it, and smoke begins to pour from her mouth, and she's going
Cough me
to...
up.
Nope, shouldn't have to make a check. That was only 17. Has to take 30 in a turn to make the check. She's gonna suck in, sniff in the smoke that poured from her mouth very hard, and then she is going to line up. Clever Stitch and
This bitch.
and I think it's Talroth's in melee, right? So Talroth and Clever Stitch. Yeah.
Remember, everyone, when you're feeling queasy, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth.
Yep. Lightning breath out through your mouth. Here we go. Dexterity checks.
With the +5 from Uluru, that's a 29.
Nice.
If I'm close enough to Uluru, that's a 22.
Uluru, how far did you travel? Well, what's the
He
aura?
traveled 40 feet.
And the
it's a
aura.
The aura is sorry, it's 20 feet. Excuse me. The
20
aura,
feet?
The
I'll give it
aura
to you.
Of,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you get, Talroth?
So with the aura, 22.
22. Okay. You would have succeeded without the aura as well. DC 16, you would have gotten a 17.
And it was just the two of us?
Yeah, just the two of you, because it's a 20-foot line. I think Ulrune's out of it. I'm going to say you guys probably didn't all line up directly. So.
Which would be smart, since we saw the other one do a lightning breath.
Yeah, if we don't have a map, I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt, because otherwise... Then it
Unless we
becomes...
say specifically, hey, I'm standing right behind so-and-so. I've put myself in a line. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, it can always line up two people, because point in a thing, right? Like, that's just... math. Uh, 56 points of lightning damage.
Is it 8?
Half?
Oh,
Half
Well,
because they saved.
yes, halved. So 28 points of lightning damage.
Yep.
I rolled low
Yep.
on both of those. Should have been 66.
I hate that sentence.
That's okay. So she is going to lightning breath, and I think that's it. That's all she can do. All right, guys, let's bring it home. Who's next?
Saride.
Saride.
Second level healing word at Stitch, because that's all I have.
Cool. I'm fine-ish if someone else is looking more hurt, like yourself or Uluru.
Fucking 13.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Are you sure you do not want that?
Shush.
Okay.
And bonus action.
What you got, Meg?
Okay, so bonus action. Mantle of Majesty.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Command.
Okay.
So I'm looking at Yolksucker. Vomit.
Okay. Okay. What is the DC of your? Well,
I'm guessing it's a wisdom save, right?
yeah. Command is a wisdom save. It is. It doesn't matter. It's a 4, so it is going to vomit, and up comes Fable
Nice.
with some acid on her. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Who's next?
Next is Uluru.
Let's go. So I'm angry. And I have Searing Smite already. And so I will move the other 20 feet up to her.
Okay.
And I will attack her with
Okay.
the Searing Smite Dawnbringer first. That's a 19.
Okay. 19 does hit. Yeah.
So that is 13 points of damage. Plus another 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 16, or it is lit on fire.
15 plus 4 for a 19.
Okay, so it is not lit on fire. But second attack.
What was the damage on the first one? I'm sorry.
You're good. Let's see. It should be in the log because the log is great about that.
Yeah.
So 13 points of
Okay.
damage on the
Nice.
first attack.
Nice.
With the 4 searing damage.
Yeah, with the 4 searing.
So 17 total.
Got it.
And second attack,
Yep.
that is a 16 plus 9. That's a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And I'm going to throw a second level Divine Smite onto that. So
Okay.
that is 2. Let's see. Because I believe that's what, 3d8? 4d8? 3d8 normally, so 4d8 with.
With Dawnbringer.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So I will do that. Let me roll regular attack damage. max damage, so 16 points of damage with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 15 plus 7. Another 22 points of radiant damage.
All right, 22 points.
To... Yeah.
Nicely done. It's not doing so hot, but it is still up. Who's next?
Next is me.
Over stage.
I will attack.
Okay,
Fuck it.
do it.
Sharpshooter. Why not?
All right, sharpshooter it is.
That's a natural 19, so a 25 to hit.
Yeah, 25 absolutely hits.
That's gonna be 24 damage on the first attack.
That's showtime.
Lit. The second one was a crit, so I would like to
Go for it.
Robin Hood it through it, but through both eyes. So like sideways,
Yeah.
but with both arrows.
Okay.
So I hate this thing.
So yes, through both eyes with both arrows, almost like the Steve Martin arrow hat, but because it is very large, took 2 arrows, right? So yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in about 10-12 minutes, so right at 10 o'clock. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Know that was a long fight, but we love and appreciate you. We're going to see you guys in just a moment, but until then, stay tuned. Everyone, we are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Hey, I'm playing Fable Frost, the Ace Genasi Phoenix Soul Sorcerer.
Will I say it right? I'm Cole, playing Uluru Dawnseeker, the ASMR Oath of Glory Paladin. Oh my god, I did it.
yes. The night.
I'm Megan playing Stridelander, the Eldrin Bard.
This is Miles. I'm playing Talroth Oakenblade, the Wood Elf Scout.
Nicely done, everybody. You guys have just defeated Eggsucker and Yolk Chewer, the 2 Bahirs that live in this chamber. You keep your ears peeled as you very cautiously sort of work your way around the area. I would like all of you to roll investigation checks. Just to kind of help things along. You guys have a few moments. Would you like to take a short rest or anything along those lines?
First, can we make sure that Fable isn't covered in acid and dying?
Yes, yeah, she is.
Cool.
She is not covered in acid. It specifies very clearly for the Bahir that they are no longer restrained, but they are prone, and that takes 15 feet of movement and being prone for them to crawl out of the Bahir that swallowed them.
Gross.
How many hit points do you have, Fable? Are
1.
you still unconscious? You're 1?
No, I wasn't unconscious. When it falls to 0, you pop back up to 1. I never was unconscious.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use 20 points of Lay on Hands for Fable. So you get 20 HP back, just in case something terrible comes around.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
And I am going to, and I'll just leave it at that at this point in time.
Okay, sounds good.
I do not need to short rest, but Clever Stitch will encourage that we do short rest because we got fucked up.
So you guys settle in to take your rest. You guys can go ahead and roll any hit dice that you have and would like to. And while you're
Might
doing,
as well use my last 2. Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. And while you're doing that, you can go ahead and think about what you guys would like to do next. How you want to go about exploring this chamber. You feel secure in that it is relatively safe. If you light it up at this point, you know nothing's coming immediately to attack you again.
Then I think I'll start walking around with like Dawnbringer out at full daylight.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
giving us as much light as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to find part of the Bahir that got cooked from Fable to see if the meat's kind of like medium rare or rare?
It's inside. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go crawling in it, you can.
I'll wait.
Okay.
I mean, probably got the blood drain out before we can come back and salvage some of it. I mean, that'll get messy.
Yeah. It's big. It is huge. It is double horse size.
Does it have horns?
Do Bahirs have horns? That is an interesting question. The 5th
Different
edition
art
Bahir.
shows different things.
Yeah, the 5th edition Bahir does not. I will say it doesn't have horns. It has teeth and maybe some claws.
I would like to take some teeth.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can harvest some teeth from it. If you'd like to harvest anything else, we'll make some survival checks. I can't hear you, Talroth. Something's up. Is that me?
Testing. 3,
There you
2,
go.
1.
You're good. I got that one.
Yeah, I hit mute on my headset by accident.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, I'll help out with survival checks just to carve off what people want.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll or?
Yeah, please roll. Make your survival check.
Oh, now it shows up. Nat 20 for 28.
You collect everything you want from the two Bahirs. I guess the 5th edition they do have tiny horns. Oh, look at that. I just clicked on it by accident. Yeah, if you want a horn, I guess it's like a ram horn, actually. Yeah.
Weird. That could be a drinking horn.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want,
I'll take the horns. I will kick teeth out of it. Just
okay.
Whatever we can collect during the short rest,
Fine.
I'm getting it.
Get some hide so that we can make leather armor.
Now, Stitch, look, man, these things are big. We gotta take some time to carve these pieces off. We can come back for the hide if we come back down this way. Oh, actually, wait. We got Squeebus back there, don't we? If we can kind of send him a message, he'll tear ass all through this thing in what, like 5 minutes?
Screebers is an expert at diving into things and ripping them apart for parts. He's very good at it. That's, how we got him to join our expedition in the first place. Ooh.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, fuck yeah. We should sick Screebers on this thing.
Absolutely. With the natural 20, Screebers will set about harvesting many, many things. As you guys go to begin exploring the chamber, which direction would you guys like to go?
Can we go along the walls and just see what's on all of to do a outline of the whole room first?
Absolutely.
One big plus sign, right?
Absolutely. So, so the chamber is actually like I had the math done properly. I think it's like 700 feet by 700 feet. The pillars are 50 feet apart, and then 50 feet from the wall to the outside. And in the dead center of the chamber, I actually rolled to see, I created a grid. That's what I figured out midway through. I was like, I'm gonna number and then letter, and this is the one they popped out of. In the southeast corner, you find a large pile, a giant stack of eggs, and nesting pieces. Some of it's bone, some of it's dirt, some of it is rock and rubble. And the southeast corner looks like the Behirs at some point dug into this chamber. So there is a large tunnel hole that leads back up through there. They can dig. They are, although they don't have a burrowing speed, but it doesn't matter. They're in the fucking cavern. They made it. They did it. I said it. It's fine. Well, let me get through this, Talroth. I see you, and we'll jump back into it in just a second. Okay. Amongst the pile is a wide variety of different eggs, not just the dragon eggs that you had sort of seen hidden away before. There are a couple of, there seems to be mostly be Behir eggs that are here, and they are lined up, and in each of them is they're sort of scribbled with draconic writing. I'll say treasure, or somebody I know, I think Saride has comprehend languages. I think she's having technical difficulties at the moment, so she can assist you, or treasure when she comes down. Looks like the Behirs were essentially keeping baby shoes of generations.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Well, it's the eggs are like generations of, so this seems to be about 4 names used repeatedly, right? Egg sucker, yolk chewer, and then shell breaker, and life eater, and you can see you can kind of trace back the generations.
Is this a Behir family tree?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of a Behir family tree. The Behir have been here for a very long time. Just judging by the combat that you've seen around these fortresses in other places, right? You know that was hundreds of years ago, easily 1,000 plus. So these Behir have been keeping, they've been here for generations.
So at least centuries is what we're working with, right?
At least, yeah, at least. That's where the Behir nest is. Looking around there. If you guys would make me some investigation checks.
Are the ones that we rolled earlier that didn't get used okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
New ones?
Yeah. If you have not told me a number and it's for the check I asked you for, I will take it.
20.
20. Nice.
Yeah, so I rolled a 5 and an 8. So an 8 was the 8 was the original one.
Okay.
But either way, it probably doesn't get me anything.
Yeah, 22 would have been my original one.
22. Okay. 22 does work. And Fable, if your tech is going to work out for you, an investigation check. An investigation check when you are ready.
12.
12. Okay. Absolutely. So the Behir's nest, it's not a horde by any means, and you get the feeling eggs and were sort of their. Ooh. Here we go. I'm still here. Trying again. We can do it. Come on.
So that your camera would reconnect.
Thank you.
Because it didn't.
Come on, Discord.
Thank you, Discord. All right. Catching my thoughts? I'm back. Here. So the pieces that are here are again some dwarven jewelry, some pieces. You think it's less collected and more people that they ate, and these are the remnants that made it through their system and have just sort of collected over generations. Some of this stuff is really old. It's not covered anymore. Like, that all has decayed out. You know what I mean? But it's in their nest. It's in the dirt. It's among the shells. It's among the bones. You know what I mean? So for
We're
that.
talking like acid wash jeans old.
Yeah. Acid wash. Some of it's acid washed platinum jewelry for you, if you care.
How fancy.
Very fancy. Very, very fancy. So I'm going to give you guys values of these things, and it's mostly going to be in like wearable stuff. Stuff that is like adornments to I'm trying to find a thing that'll like generate random art pieces for me so I can make them up. I don't have to say them all the time, but that's not really working, so that is okay. I do have values for you though. So I will roll for Lemeg. Ooh, 15 plus. So she did pretty well there too. All right, stop looking at charts, Cody. Here we go. So you guys find who rolled the highest for me? 20, Clever Stitch, I
I
think.
think I did with the 20.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna find
for the investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a 22.
22.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. Great. Two over 20. That's what I was looking for. So I'm gonna say one of you finds a. You guys are actually gonna find a couple of set pieces here. They're jewelry sets. They're not magical, but they are very valuable, and they are hefty dwarven, like ringlet crowns. One clearly for a king, one or duke or duchess, and one for a queen or duchess. I mangled that. Looking at these, it is racked with platinum, with gold, with gems, perfectly cut. These are perfectly cut rubies. No, excuse me. Emeralds. Perfectly cut emeralds that have been inset into them, that are absolutely gorgeous, and both crowns are worth platinum's worth 10. So 10 times 10 is... They're both worth, I would say, 1,500 gold pieces.
Each or
Each.
collectively?
No, each.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yeah. These are gorgeous pieces. Digging around the rest of the area, right? You're gonna find some bracelets. You're gonna find some like rings. Grand total for the rest of it, not excluding the crowns, is going to be 1,200 gold pieces, and I'm gonna say it's probably like 6 pieces of really valuable stuff, right? Rings of platinum and gold and gems and everything like that. So
So I just put in my, I just made a custom thing in my inventory that just says assorted dwarven jewelry items worth 1,500. I
Perfect.
feel like that might be the solid plan for us to kind of keep track of that.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah, I
good.
was just gonna put it in the loot sheet.
Yes, loot sheet, please.
You can do that too. I'll just get rid of mine then.
So, that is in the southeast corner. You guys make your way around, and as you're looking over this place, you can see there is a there are emblems that match up with the key of bonking that you guys have brought with you. In the center of this chamber, there does seem to be some a dais and a chair, a throne chair. You guys didn't have a chance to really look at it, but the reason you realize this is not the throne room of the Black King is that looking at the walls, this is the Eastern Kingdom of that is represented on that key, right? This is the axe chamber, the axe dwarves that were on the eastern front. You guys had done some history checks previously. The frost giants are to the north, the fire giants to the south. You're now assuming, based on the way that these columns are made and things like that, that there's further dwarven kingdoms to the west. And judging by the key of bonking, to the center, whatever is the center of these chambers, right, is the Black King's domicile. So this is actually the citadel, the portion that you are in, right, is the Axe Lord's citadel.
Gotcha.
As you are looking around, you notice there are no real. This is a hidden sort of throne room, hidden sort of chamber, very large, difficult to get to, but architecturally and through your investigations, you do piece together it was not always so. You suspect that this was actually probably up several hundred, about 100 feet or so, back around that column that you guys, those hidden hallways and stuff. You suspect when it came under attack, it had to switch things up, right? However, you get over to the thrones, and in the thrones, there is a similar. You notice something on the throne as you look at the hand pieces. There is similar. One of the armchairs of the Duke's throne, right, the Axe Lord's throne, has these large knobs where the hands would rest, right? And looking at it, one of them is completely smooth, right? The other one is carved. It's round, but it roundish at least. It's carved with similar emblems as what's on the key of bonking, right? And you think with some effort it might be able to turn or manipulate in some
Reveal
way.
a keyhole?
Perhaps,
maybe?
yeah. If you want to try to manipulate it, you're gonna need an athletics check. It's been dormant for a very long time. Or if you guys would like, you can continue to give me another search investigation sort of around that dais.
I'll go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Same.
Ha! Oh,
I will prep to do an athletics.
Okay.
But
I am.
I'm not doing it until I get a thumbs up.
I am probably just tripping over myself.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
I rolled a natural 20 for a 22.
Ooh. Okay. Talroth?
It doesn't matter. I got a 9.
Okay. What I'll say is, Talroth and Uluru, you guys are looking around. You're checking stuff out. Uluru trips, catches his toe in something, and is just gonna face plant. Talroth, you get over there to kind of catch him, and Fable, you see what they're looking at. The hole that Uluru caught himself in is at the base of this dais, of this raised area. You can see on the north, on the south, and on the east, there are keyholes. Large-ish style holes that you think...
Do they all look the same match-wise, like the head is the same, or do we need to find more keys?
With a natural 20, I'll let you know. So how to put this? They're all the same type of key, right? But they don't seem to all match the same teeth of key. And as you're digging in there, you kind of get your hand in there because it is pretty big, right? And you're feeling around. You actually think there are probably 2 keys that could fit in this for each of these 2 keys that would work, right?
I point this out.
Mm-hmm.
Begin attempting to unlock
Yeah, go ahead. Make your athletics check.
key. An 11.
11. Okay. So you get on it and you're like, and I'm gonna say it's not quite a round. I've decided I didn't like the round ball look. It's a little more, I'm gonna say like a fight stick, like it's got that kind of curve to it, right? A little more like hardy. I like that better. So you're getting it. It's not quite moving for you. But what you're realizing is that the key, the stick, may not be what you need to turn. You think you may need to turn either the whole base or the chair itself.
I think the chair needs to turn. It's not because I'm too shitty to turn keys, I promise. It's because the chair needs to turn.
So is
Roll a
it
deception
like
check?
is it really heavy? Like
I mean,
is
these are
that what it is?
These are solid stone. These are legitimately solid stone thrones, and it's like a 4-step, like a hexagon with like 4 steps going up from every direction. And at the top are these 2 thrones.
So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of walk up there, and as I walk up there, I am going to channel divinity peerless athlete.
Okay.
So for 10 minutes, I have advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks.
Okay.
I can carry, push, drag, and lift twice as much weight as normal, and the distance of my long and high jumps increases by 10 feet.
Thank you.
So this is essentially I'm Popeye eating my spinach.
All right. Well, Spinach Popeye, make me an athletics check.
We'll see how this goes. Advantage. Oh, thank God. 22.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, the whole dais does need to turn, right? You guys get into it. You get in a position. Uluru doing most of the work, but with you guys helping out, even if it is kid and dad style. Um, you get on there. Your feet allow the thrones to turn. The whole platform doesn't move, but just the piece that holds the two thrones together, right? And it does turn. And it's loud. It's screeching. It's stone on stone. It's grinding. It's nails on chalkboard, kind of awful. And you are grateful that whatever was here before is not here now, because this machine has not been oiled in a very long time. Which direction would you guys like to point this? It was pointing east. It was pointing east.
And what is the you first.
No, I was just gonna, because you said that this is the axe lord's one.
Yeah.
Which I would recommend whichever direction would point towards the Black King's throne.
So the Black King's throne isn't represented in the walls. The shields are to the west. The helmet is to the north, and the fist is to the south. And but go ahead. You guys are thinking. I think you might be getting there.
I was going to ask. You said two. It looks like there's two keys for each of them or something. Does that mean two of them match key-wise? Like
No.
two of them, or okay, just making sure. Then that was what I was going to ask.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, my thought here is this is the king for the east, and it's facing east.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Black King is dead center, shouldn't this face west?
West. Yeah. I think so.
Okay. You shift it to the west. And nothing happens. But you have the key of bonking. What would you like to do?
I mean, since nothing happened, can we turn it in each direction?
Just
Pause,
everyone.
see what happens,
Mhm.
and then if nothing else happens, turn it back to the west?
Correct. Yeah, you turn it to all the directions. Nothing happens when you just turn it to face a direction. So seems like you need something else.
For the keyholes that are on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to figure out which one the key we have would fit in?
Yeah, make me a thieves tool. I'll take either intelligence-based, and I'll add your proficiency, your thieves tool's proficiency.
Can I assist him in it?
Sure.
Since I am proficient in thieves' tools?
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to just roll a d20 and add. You said intelligence, yes?
Please.
And was that with advantage or?
Yes, with advantage for the assistance.
I'm gonna roll it as a history check because that would actually have the appropriate bonus. So +6.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Nat 20 for a 26.
Hey, nicely done. So the key of bonking can fit any of these. Can fit all of them. But you
It
notice
bonks all the stereotypes.
that the teeth do something different if you had the other appropriate key. You're not quite sure what. The key of bonking fits.
We're gonna try and put the key of bonking in something.
Cool.
I would think since we're in the East King, we try putting it in the symbol that would match for him. So if it's facing west, we put it in the key for the east.
There is no keyhole for the east.
Then
Then
Do we need to turn it towards the east, put the keyhole in the west? We do the west keyhole? Or do we think face west, do west?
That's what I was thinking. Face west, turn or turn the key west. Or keyhole. Wow.
I have a weird question is does the key feel... This will probably not be a thing we can tell. Right or left-handed? Like, is there a dominant side that it feels like if he's sitting here, it'll be on his right side, so it'd be facing... Like, I'm just trying to figure out if there's any clue like that as to, like, how it would be wielded. Because left-hand swords, sometimes is on the different side, depending on the type of sword. I don't know, like, I'm just trying to...
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I feel you. I don't think the key, I think it is a makeshift weapon at best, or actually slightly better than makeshift weapon, but I don't think it was designed or honed with a key for a handle wielding strength.
Thank you, that is all.
You're welcome. So, throne west, key west, or throne somewhere else, key somewhere else?
Try them all.
Fuck it.
Well, you can. You just gotta tell me what order.
Let's go throne west, key west first, while I still got the juice.
Okay.
Well,
And then...
It is getting easier to turn as you have, because you've made it at least one full rotation with this thing, and it's starting to it's you think they still need to lubricate this chair, but it's getting easier.
Lube up the chair. No. So this key, just to like triple check, this key does not have any moving parts on it. Correct? Like
Correct.
we cannot manipulate the teeth to be in a different formation.
Correct.
Okay, thought so. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. You insert the key in. You face the throne to the west. You insert the key to the west. You begin to hear a thrum, a sort of magical electricity in the air. Doesn't quite feel dangerous, but you can hear it. You can hear the energy sort of pulsing. What would you like to do?
Did anything...
We turned.
Sorry, did anything change? Other than just the way the air feels? Like, did we notice anything else that may have, maybe some panels shifted or something like that?
Nothing sounded that loud or was that distinct. Talroth.
I want to try checking that, handle that was on the throne again. Like if you're sitting down and you kind of took a grip on something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if it tries moving now.
Okay. It can move. It's still in like a locked position at the moment.
The key is as turned as it can.
You guys haven't turned
right?
the key yet. You just inserted.
Oh. Can I turn the key?
Yes, you can. Sorry.
Should we?
There are different things that
actually-
happen, so that's why I'm.
No, absolutely. We might want to not all be clustered around. I don't know if you can all feel it, but there's magic in the
Just
air.
in case. Just
and
in
not
case
the
anything,
love kind.
just in case anything goes crazy, just stay within 20 feet of me.
Okay. You guys space yourselves out appropriately. Telroth, are any of you staying on the dais or near the throne? Fable says no.
I think someone should. So if Talroth does not want to, I will volunteer
I
myself.
was
as
assuming
tribute.
someone's strength-based, which I'm not, in case it starts to move again or something when you turn the thing. So I will
I mean,
not.
I am the closest thing to strength-based.
Yeah.
It's not much, but, +3 is better than nothing.
Okay. Well, +3 is pretty good, man. Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
don't sneeze at a +3. Okay. Clever Stitch, you're turning the key.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So you grab a hold of the key. It is square, and it does start to turn. You can hear it sort of clicking right as it goes. Click, 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 and things. The energy does sort of begin to build, right as it is going. The key itself wants to turn. Making sure I'm doing this right. Wants to turn to the left, it wants to turn to the left. So so clockwise. You begin turning it clockwise, right? And it continues to click. And then it stops with the teeth sort of facing north, and turns the teeth face the chair. Right, and as it does, as you've given it basically a half turn, the energy begins to fill the room, and about 30 feet from the chamber, from the throne,
Dais.
Thank you. You begin to see light begin to sort of cast and raise up. And a stone arch sort of begins to kind of lift and raise itself and creates this arch that begins to spread out energy, and it creates basically this field of energy. Doesn't quite go to the ceiling, but it goes pretty far. The energy is kind of sparking and twisting, and it coalesces into what appears to be some sort of portal.
That feels safe.
I assume, is it like opaque? Can we see the other side of it?
It's sort of like looking through a wavy lake, you know? You can kind of see through it. It does look like it's more dwarven architecture. It's definitely a chamber of some sort. The light in there is dim. Seems to only be filled with the light that's being cast from this energy, from this portal, right?
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose.
You want to try throwing a rock through it?
That was my thought too.
The place is clean though, isn't it? There are no rocks?
I'm sure I have something in a pocket, like
You can get
Yeah,
a coin, a
yeah.
gold piece.
throw an arrow. I don't whatever it is.
Sure.
Not shoot it, just
Something.
throw it.
Yeah, just throw it.
Yeet.
Okay.
Just something to see what happens if a thing touches the portal.
From the chat, ball bearings.
Yeah.
Because all of us have those and we
Yeah.
haven't used them
Pretty
yet.
much.
Like
Yeah.
10,000 at a time. Yeah. It and it goes through.
But it doesn't spit them back out on fire or anything.
Nope.
I will walk up and stick my hand through the portal.
I'd like you to make a strength saving throw.
26.
Okay. You feel the portal begin as your fingers touch it. It starts, you can feel a little like fuzzy on your fingers. It starts to kind of pull, and as you get your full arm in there, the more of you that goes into it, the harder it seems to pull. You sort of in a jerk reaction pull your arm back through. Your arm is fine.
My arm is fine.
Yeah, it didn't hurt, but it was very much like being like sucked down or sucked
Okay,
into something.
so I'll like observe my arm and I'll turn to them and I'll be like, well, it looks like everything on this end is fine. It's pulled me in a bit, but I think we should venture forth and see what's on the other side.
Weirdly, I usually don't see this. This might be one of those times where we call the caravan to go first, because there are students of magic there who may be able to investigate this more, like Raven and them. Not to go in first, but they might want to look at it from this side before we just jump in. I could be very wrong, but I just figured, because weird magical shit, and that's the whole thing that they're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can. We can at least call them down.
Okay.
Can I do a preliminary Arcana check on it?
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
not like a studious or studier of the arcane. As per my roll, I rolled a 5, so it's a 10. 10 total.
It is magic. It's definitely a portal. You know a wide variety of portal spells. Not many of them open portals like this, right? I know that there's gate, which is 9th level, but that does by dimension and can summon something through. I know there's another like archway portal that I think is just on the same plane. Maybe or dimension door. Like
Not tree stride, but the other
yes, it is similar to like tree stride, something. You may not know exactly what this is, but you're at least familiar with teleportation, traditional teleportation magics. You would, with a 10, like common knowledge, and that's
sure.
The knowledge that it exists is common.
Cool.
So
yeah, I mean, we can call them down, see what they can see, and then make a decision based off that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you call them down. Arcane Gate, 6th level. You call them down, and they do. The guys they come down. Wyatt and Raven will go ahead and make some Arcana checks for you guys. Okay. So yeah, Wyatt will let you know that this is a older version of Arcane Gate, right? It is. Arcane Gate is sort of the like quick action. It only takes an action to cast. You got a 500-foot range, 10 minutes to concentrate. Like once it's up, you're like, all right, we're all going, right? That's Arcane Gate. This is probably further than 500 feet, as best you can understand, being maintained by some eldritch machines down below, which Raven confirms. And but from what they can both tell, is that it looks like the closing of it has it has a physical trigger to close. Also, if it's left open too long, the machines are very old. They have no idea how long they will last or if there is danger of them overloading. Mostly because the machines are not accessible. They're under the ground and they believe partially in a lot of these columns. Yes, Fable.
Do they think that if we left someone here and it closed, they could reopen it again with this key pattern that we did? Like, do they think that, for instance, if we went through and they closed it behind us and said, hey, open it back up again in 24 hours from now, we have a day to get back or check in with you, could we do that? Do they think they could get it back open, or do they think this was a one-time thing?
They do think it's meant to be re-accessible. They also get the feeling it is intended to be a two-way teleportation, and so whatever's on the other side probably would have a way of opening it back this way.
We think that there's 2 keys, right?
Yes.
I'm wondering if the second key is the thing that's used to be brought back, and I'm also wondering if it's already on that end.
Well, and he also said it looks like 2 keys fit into each of these, so I'm wondering if the other key opens a different portal to somewhere else. If we maybe find something over there and we can test it when we come back here.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless we're looking at something like 12 keys. I mean, if this is a throne room and this one we kind of pointed this one west. I mean, I'm kind of guessing this one might go to that western throne room. There might be another 3 keyholes there for 3 keys. Maybe north to the north, south to the south. I mean, it's just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, like Uluru said, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Why don't we see what's on the other side of the gate?
Okay. Who's going first?
I will.
Uluru makes his leap through the portal. Yes, Clever Stitch.
We should have attached a rope to him.
Do you reach out and make a concerned moan?
I look at him and go, well, and then I pull a rope out and tie it around my waist.
I'm jumping right in. It's
Okay.
like, damn it, Uluru. I'm just following him.
Okay.
With rope
Paladins.
around waist, I go through.
For the win. For glory!
For glory. And Fable follows. As you guys come bursting into this room, it does look like a similar throne room, or almost identical. The thrones are in the process of turning on their own. They're sort of screeching loudly, turning to face the portal. They're about 3/4 of the you get the feeling they were probably facing away from this direction, probably facing west. It's much similar to the way that your Axe Lord thrones were facing east. There are some distinct differences, right? But the back of the thrones have different designs to them, and as you're looking at them, one of them looks like it has a slightly higher back than the other, a middle point, and you don't get a good look at it. The sounds of the stone screeching and rushing and breaking is sort of is loud, right? But in and amongst it, you begin to hear footsteps, heavy metalled footsteps, clanging down from the top. The thrones finish turning, and they're facing you. They're empty. Again, clean room. And bursting in from one of the columns that you guys have been that are nearby, you see a march of dwarves. Actually, from 2 of the columns. Wait, maybe it's 3. Suddenly, dwarves are filling this room in like a heavy phalanx, circling the throne where this portal is, encircling both of you, and their armor is modern, polished, some sort of honor guard, but you can tell clearly functional, right? And this is a military unit. As they as they hit formation, they all sort of and shield wall up. And stepping through the line of shields is a dwarf with long, thick black hair. One patch of it sort of white and a little gray at the temples. Beard trimmed and neat, muscular, and sort of regal in his standing. And he comes stepping through the line. Two soldiers part and then immediately regroup. How did you open that?
I'll hold my hands up. We found a key and solved a puzzle.
And with that, we're going to say goodnight. That's going to be the end of our episode. We will pick back up here next week, next Monday, with you guys meeting with these wonderful dwarves. Hopefully, you guys are going to enjoy them. We don't know. We'll see how wonderful they are. But I had a good time. How about you guys? Did you enjoy what you went through? Good. I'm really glad. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I had a good time. I hope you did too. We're gonna say goodnight. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We will see you guys next time. But until then, be cool.